Thank you for being here this morning. Very excited with the rival win Tuesday night. Our football team continues to grow. The staff's done an unbelievable job. Probably strategically one of the better ones I've been a part of. Just listen to the communication on the headsets, game planning. All three phases of our football team complemented each other throughout the evening. A couple things that stand out is the last drive before half for us to go up 10-7, 3 points. That was a 6 or 7 minute drive. He had halftime, and then we had the opening. We deferred, got the ball, went on another 7 or 8 minute drive in the third quarter. And so probably our defense didn't do anything for a solid hour. Maybe because you got halftime in there, and that wasn't the difference in the game. But that's a big, that's huge. So, and I thought we took advantage of it. I think we scored either a field goal or a touchdown every series in the second half. The defense got stops, particularly on fourth down, and so just again an overall team win, and it was a dominating performance. That's what it was. That's where we are in this season. I'm just super excited, proud of this team, and proud of this staff. We've had games, as you guys know, that hey, we grittied bunch and found a way to win Northern, and we didn't. The stats were not in our favor. Found a way to win, and so we continue to find ways to win. And Tuesday night was what it was, and so it's been 24 hours. We're on to the next one. Ball State, huge challenge, back-to-back road games, and. Balanced attack offensively, solid at quarterback, the best running back we've seen since probably Penn State. I can't think of his name. I apologize, but he is solid, tough, hard-nosed guy, and so we'll be challenged. But with our mentality of 1-0, they're going to come to work today, and we're going to try to put our best 4 quarters on this coming Tuesday. With that, I'll open up for questions.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Molly Richard with the Post. Coach, a lot of people left the second half of the game on Tuesday with a couple injuries, like Nolan McCormick went out, Miles Cross kind of got banged up on a play. How do you kind of navigate that going into the last 2 weeks of the season?
Yeah, it'll be. We did not lose anybody this for sure. Definitely out. They're all going to see how they progress. Jack McCrory's a little banged up. You mentioned Miles, Nolan. We'll see how they practice. We're hoping by the end of the week they'll be able to do something. But the injury report yesterday in our staff meeting was a positive. The injuries this time of year, everybody's going to have them, and they are going to affect the game. Last week's over, but I've got to mention, the whole second half we had 3 true freshmen in the back end. 3 true freshmen playing in the back end. Torrey Cox had the flu, went up in a private car with Coach Smith, and tried to go, played a series or 2, and couldn't go. And so you got to tip your hat to Spence and the staff on defense. I mean, they've got dime, nickel, penny, a lot of things going just to get our best players on the field, and that's part of when I said best strategically I've been a part of, and playing young guys. Mecca Ryder got his first reps, so the injuries are gonna be a factor. I hope to get the guys back.
Eric Decker with the Athens Messenger. Coach, you've been talking about all year how much you want to get Sam the ball, and he's been so dangerous that you kind of knew at some point that teams would try to key on him and take him out of the game plan. How impressed were you with the other set of receivers to step up and not only replace the production but exceed?
Great question. I mentioned Dwayne Dixon in postgame. It has done a great job with the group. You go back to Mac Meany days. You go back to August things. Going into spring ball last year, I made a statement. I'm worried about the receivers room. We returned only 39 catches. Tyler Walton had 32 of those, I think. He isn't, and he's out for the year. And so there are guys that have worked their tail off. Then they've been coached extremely well, and they're playing at an unbelievable level. I mean, James Bostic just, I mean, great first half, great game. Then Miles, and Jacoby. I mean, very impressed with. I mean, Jacoby caught a hitch and took it to the house. James caught a hitch, or a stop route, or and made a guy miss and got an extra 15 yards. I mean, I'm excited, man. Right now. I am excited with where the guys are at. So it's a lot of fun, and I want to continue to help get those guys targets. And Sam's got to keep playing, and who are you going to take away? And it's a good problem to have.
Miriam Nessie, WAB. Coach, you mentioned the injuries, but having CA back obviously is big. How does that help you guys stay balanced, especially after Tuesday?
He's warrior. I mean, banged up, battered, and bruised, and played a heck of a game. He gives us an added dimension in there. He's powerful and got really good vision. And I mean, the receiving part of it, that touchdown catch he had was I think that was fourth down, I believe. If my memory serves me correct, don't quote me on that, but it was a great run. But he gives us a dimension, and I know I've said this before, but his pass protection has been really, really well, and we are a much more balanced. I'm good with that as far as the rushing yards and passing yards. Probably when he's in there, our rushing attack's probably stronger, and it makes us not one-dimensional and tough to defend.
Coach, you talked about how a lot of players have been stepping up on offense the past couple weeks, but a lot of players have been stepping up on defense too, including Key Thompson. He had 5 tackles in the game against Miami. So talk a little bit about his impact.
He was our fourth captain selection for that game. We choose coaching staff votes on that each week, and Key's been awarded that twice now, and he brings an intensity about him. He's got an edge about him, where as a coach you don't want to take that away. You got to have some edge to you. He's much like Coach Nowinski. He's got an edge to him. All great defensive guys do, but his leadership ability when he talks, which isn't a lot, but when he does, they're locked in. And so I think our team on that side of the ball feeds off of him, and it's pretty special.
Coach, obviously Ball State's a dangerous 3-3 team. How do you stay not getting caught, looking ahead?
Yeah, it's the one game at a time outfit. Our guys are going to be focused on the task at hand. Back-to-back road games, hopefully back-to-back road wins. That's kind of a small carrot if you want to dangle it. And I think I got enough older guys in the team. The young guys are following that. They'll keep their focus. But it's great for the fans. It's great for the program to talk about the things that what's out there for us, and we're getting those things because of our play, right? So it's exciting, and we all know what the destination that we want to get to, but right now we're locking in on the journey, and we're on a journey as a football team, and that's been our message to our guys, and they have done a fabulous job of doing with it, and we're going to play our best 4 quarters again on Tuesday and see how this thing plays out.
You guys have had so much noise and attention with the playmakers on offense, but you guys had another great game pass blocking. So what do you just think?
Yeah, getting Jay Ambergy back, I think he graded one of his better games this past week. He was going on third down. They put their best pass rusher, moved him around, but on third down he went to the boundary or to Jay's side a lot. There was a lot of tough battles in there. It got a little chippy in there, particularly with Jay and their defensive end. But the officials did a great job on handling that. And there were some intense moments on the sideline, but he was challenged, and I thought responded. I think I know I've said, for us to take a next step as a program, Curtis needs to be better. And I said Hagan, Missouri needs to be the best guard in our league, and I think Hagan, Missouri is the best guard in our league. And so Kurt's getting better. He's still knocking some rust off. Kurt Daniker missed a full year. So they're starting to come together. I was glad to see Shed. He got a cramp, I think, and he got back in there in 2 plays. So it's just about the team, and they're gelling. And you can't have Curtis's numbers without weapons. You can't have weapons that get the ball and have a quarterback that's doing what he's doing without an offensive line. And so I appreciate the question, and there needs to be a lot of credit go to those guys.
At this point in the season, Coach, what would you say the team's greatest strength and greatest weakness is?
Our greatest strength?
Yeah.
I think the 3 units and how we're complementing each other. And then I think the best and most endearing strength is going to be the leadership that our older guys are doing, and the younger guys. I mean, you don't have three true freshmen in the secondary in a game. If you tell me that's going to happen, I'm going to faint, pass out, because that's and our guys are handling it. I'm not saying that they're not going to give up big plays. They're going to make mistakes, but those young kids are following our leaders, and so those are 2 unbelievable strengths. And weakness wise, that's a tough one for me. I know we got them. Don't get me wrong. But I don't dwell on them, and they don't keep me up at night. So I'm just going to stick with the strengths. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you very much.